Planting a few seeds. Trying to get some of these seeds planted. Get some of these seeds started, buddy. What's up, man? Getting ready to drop these Carolina Reapers in here. This so I can hear what I'm saying. And I just now planted these. These are the traditional cayenne chilies planted in these first two rows. These first two rows right here. These next ones I'm gonna plant are the Carolina Reaper. Carolina Reaper was a green Thai chili crossed with the habanero. For a while they said that it was the hottest pepper in the world. I don't know if that's still true or the case anymore. We'll see. They did pretty good last year. It's not a pepper I really want to mess with. I've also got my own hybrid strain of jalapenos that I'm working with. I've got let me see, probably go plant some more bell peppers. I still need to plant some regular traditional jalapenos, and I don't even know what all. I do know that this week I'm supposed to have all of my peppers germinating according to the almanac. This is the week in which we should get our peppers finished up for my geographic location. I'm kind of a little bit behind. Anyway, thanks for being here, Watchdog JCMO. I do see you, friend. Thank you for being here, brother. Yes, getting all ready for spring. All ready for spring. And it appears that we've got 2 more weeks of rain coming. I don't even like touching these Carolina Reaper seeds. Them things they were vicious. I still haven't worked up the nerve to eat one. Yeah. Oh, man. I know last year I had almost 100% germination success with those. Those you gotta be kind of careful with. You end up too many of them. Oh man, I just made the mistake of licking my finger. That was not something I should have done. I don't plant these real deep. Probably I'd say if I were guessing 1/8 of an inch. Supposed to be getting all the tomato seeds planted. However, I'm behind. I don't even have the rest of the other stuff that I should have for this time of the year germinating. This year I've introduced several flowering plants to encourage some of the pollinators, some bees and some hummingbirds, and hopefully some butterflies. Hopefully that'll help out with my pollination a little bit. Maybe won't have to do as much. Reverse osmosis, filtered rainwater. building a greenhouse in 2 years. Why are you taking so long to build it? Are you just trying to get stuff in order and you're taking 2 years and putting it off doing it for 2 years? Or you're anticipating a move and that's not yet occurred, so you're having to wait for 2 years? Or what's your hang up? Yeah, cash sucks. Being cash poor, this sucks. I know what you're saying there. I've got so many projects here that should have already been done, but I'm in the same boat. Being disabled ain't worth a shit in some instances. This here is a, these are just a regular sweet bell pepper, a green bell pepper. Don't remember the exact kind. I do remember it was sweet. Knee and neck and knee hurt. Oh yeah, it sucks, and then that'll probably fuck with you the rest of your life, unfortunately. That's the downside about those neck and knee injuries. You know, I hope it all works out though. I know your long lawsuits take a while. And then at some point, they'll probably offer you some bullshit. Their first couple of offers are usually not worth having. No, spooky cat. I love you, but no. Cats love it when they see the seedling process is happening, because they know that in a short while, the bedroom's going to be turned into a jungle, and it's going to be filled with several thousand plant seedlings. They seem to really like that. I know I like it. If I had to go to a store and purchase my food, I don't know what that would do to me. It would just destroy my life and my spirit. I actually feel sorry for people that don't grow their own food. I've even got some eggs in the incubator. I was hoping to hatch out my own flock this spring. I tried last year and none of my girls wanted to sit on anything. So I determined that the best thing to do would be to go ahead and get an incubator, and I did that, and now I'm hoping to, hopefully I'll get some eggs out of the situation, or some chickens out of the situation this spring. Been 2 years, yeah, food is high dollar. Well, it's not just that. If I don't grow it, how do I know what's in it? If I don't know what is in it, how do I know it's safe? Because someone tells me it is? Well, I don't know about the rest of the world, but I don't trust people. People are liars. People do evil shit. I don't trust people. This is just a regular bell pepper here. I do appreciate you coming by the stream. I figured I needed to do something 2, 4, 6, a little bit lighter than the typical stuff I've been covering lately. I've almost been kind of scared to check everybody's channel out today. Just didn't want to hear no doom and gloom. And it's just been, lately it's all we hear about. So then I decided to start screaming to do these peppers, and then that was kind of a mess because I've just got so much to do. It's getting to where it's kind of hard to prioritize when you're behind in everything. Look at that go. Excuse me, I'm gonna grab it. Pepper. You stay on your channel most of the time. Yeah, that's safer. It's not that I don't care. It's not that I'm not concerned with others and the going on in the lives of others. It's just there's so much stuff nowadays that tends to grab our attention and steer it. And not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but if you know, I can be depressed all by myself. I don't need nobody to help me be depressed. I don't need anybody to help me be lazy or feel unmotivated or, you know, feel angst. And a lot of times, some of the stuff that we're exposed to just tends to take us down them roads. You know, even your local nightly news. I leave the room when the news comes on. Yeah, and we know the world's a fucked up place. We don't need to feel like it is. Jalapenos and chili peppers. And I need to put some more jalapenos in something, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because I'm just freaking so over dealing with peppers. I've got so many though. I need to. Oh, that's some Roma tomatoes. Actually, that's germinating. Might as well germinate some of this Copenhagen market cabbage. Come on, camera. And that Copenhagen, all these seeds are all heirloom. They're all 100% GM that I intentionally developed myself. I don't use anybody else's hybrids with the exception of cannabis. Of course, I'm not a cannabis breeder. I grow a little bit, but I'm not a breeder. So in those instances, I'll have to use somebody else's shit. But, well, I would still grow it whether it was legal or not. I'm going to do the right thing in my life. I don't give a damn what some other man says is legal. For some people, cannabis is the only thing that has offered them relief with regards to, let's say, some people that have an issue with opioid addiction, or some people have an issue with the adverse reactions to chemotherapy. Some people have gotten real bad pain, and rather than develop an opioid addiction, the cannabis helps. ADHD, or Asperger's syndrome, or bipolar type 2 disorder, or autism, or there's just a plethora of things that cannabis helps with. So do we give people a pill that's legal and that does not help? Or do we instead let them smoke a flower that's illegal but does help? You know, so for those reasons, they can make whatever fucking so-called legality, legislation, statutes, acts, or regulations they want to. Those things are not laws. It's just a bunch of bullshit because some rich pedophile Freemason writes something down on paper. It does not magically become law. I'm going to do what's right. Fuck what's legal. I'm going to do what's right every time. Or hopefully every time. Throw some of this cabbage in here. This is some Copenhagen market cabbage. And that was the Copenhagen market cabbage. Pull up OBS so I can see what's going on. And it was the next 3 rows. I think I went a little bit too heavy on the cocoa in this particular seedling arrangement. I think I mentioned that in my last seedling live stream. That's one of the reasons I don't typically like store-bought seedling mixes, just because they tend to put too much cocoa. And I found that it's not that it's necessarily a bad thing. It's that it's kind of tedious to work with, if that makes any sense. It's usually messy. It doesn't, I mean, like this tray still, it hasn't absorbed all of its water yet. And even though it hasn't absorbed all of the water yet, the top of the cocoa isn't quite wet enough. So now I've got water in the bottom of my tray, which ultimately I'm going to have to pour out. And you'll see I'm having the mist, which to me that just makes for a bunch of extra work. Not that I'm lazy, it's just inconvenient. Cheers, Froggy Master. I see you in chat. Thank you for being here, friend. Listen to some classical music. I just finished up this seedling tray. It's got jalapenos. It's got some Copenhagen cabbage. It's got some green peppers, some Carolina Reapers, and finishing off, last but not least, some chili peppers. And we'll take this. I'm going to go put it on a seedling mat. I'm going to go grab me another empty tray. I'm going to grab a bucket. I'm going to mix up some more seedling soil and fill up another tray. Anyway, thank you for being here, friend. It's always appreciated. Much love to you. what is your easier way, Froggy Master 77? I'm open to suggestions. However, I will point out I usually have about a roughly a 95+% germination success, no matter what type of plant, flower, fruit, or vegetable I'm growing. Oh, and that includes fungus as well. Yeah, I'm sure there probably are easier ways. Are they as efficient though? That would be what I don't know. Are they as efficient? But I am open to suggestions always. If somebody has a better way to do it and get as good or better result, hey, I'm entirely open to suggestion, always. When I say a efficient way, what I mean by that is you figure of the 10,000 seeds that I germinate this spring, I'll only keep the top 20%, and to ensure that top 20% are the optimal ones to keep, I try to end up with all of them pretty much being on about the same. So as much as efficiency is important, I also want to, I do strive to maintain a certain amount of consistency as well. Ideally, I would be outside on the, either in the barn or on one of the patio tables. But you figure, in my area, we've had 2 weeks of continuous rain, and we've got an additional probably 3 weeks of continuous rain. The geoengineers are trying to manipulate commodities prices here in this part of the country, and they're really, really hitting us fucking hard with this rain. Fucking our weather all up around here.
Thank you.